We've got a listener question today to cover. Someone who really likes their advisor, but feels like they're maybe speaking in too technical of terms. Is that reason for concern? We'll talk about it on today's episode with Ryan Fleming, the pilot's advisor. Welcome back to another episode. Walter Storholt here with you alongside Ryan Fleming, the pilot's advisor. And we have another great listener question to break down on the show today, Ryan. Here it is. I really like my financial advisor, but he always talks about my money in very technical terms that I guess I'm not smart enough to follow. Should I make a change to someone that speaks my language a little bit better, even though I like the advisor and my investments have performed well?
Well, I think that just speaking up and saying that you need to dumb it down a little bit would be the right way to do it. I've been in this industry for a long time, and when I first started out, I feel like I was probably getting too much in the weeds and being too technical and trying to show my clients how much I knew. And I learned over time that keeping it simple, stupid is the right way. I try to make it as basic as possible. Unless somebody wants to go into the weeds. If they really drag you into the weeds, then we can go talk on that level. But outside of that, I try to keep things as simple as possible. And I would just tell your advisor that you need them to slow down a little bit or make it dumb it down a little bit. And I have to rip on my Marines at this point in time. Like whether I'm talking to a Marine, an Army guy, an Air Force guy, a Navy guy, I might take a different approach. I might have to start eating crayons and drawing big pictures with the big fat crayons to make my Marine clients understand what we're talking about. So I think like anything, and even I'd say this to that advisor, is know your audience. Know your audience, but as a client, just speak up and say, "Hey, I didn't get that. Can you go over that again?" Or can you? And I actually get this a lot. We're like, "Hey, man, I was in the Army. You gotta try that one again. I'm not understanding what you're saying."
I love it. You'll know what category you're in by what writing implement Ryan has you use to sign any paperwork. If it's a crayon, time to look in the mirror. So the pencil, maybe you're doing a little bit better. And if you've got the nice fancy pen, he thinks very highly of it.
Well, and the best part about it, as soon as you put this out there and my clients hear it, I'll get a couple text messages like, "Hey man, I heard you ripping on us again," or, it's actually pretty funny. So it's a running joke now. And I'm going to give a shout out to a few of you boys. There's some C-130 Marine pilots we're talking about, and there's a bunch of Harrier Marine pilots that always give me crap about this. So now it's a running joke, and I'm going to keep it going.
Very, very nice. I love it. Hey, it's a great question. It is one worth thinking about. If you're working with an advisor and you're not getting it, you're having some trouble understanding it all, that can be a big red flag. It could be something innocent. Maybe you just didn't get something on a particular conversation. But if it's a bigger picture issue, if it's something that's been long term, and maybe you've even made the request to say, "Hey, I don't understand. Can you do it better?" and you're still lacking that understanding, take that red flag for what it's worth. And it might be worth getting a second opinion of your plan and portfolio. That's what Ryan does. He reviews portfolios all the time with pilots across the country. It's easy to get in touch and set up one for yourself. All you have to do is get the Retirement Toolkit. There's a link for it in the description of today's show. It itself is packed with great resources and information that you'll find helpful, but it also qualifies you for a free portfolio analysis where Ryan will talk one-on-one with you about how your portfolio is doing, what changes can be made, and what direction you can head in with the right changes. If you want to talk a little bit more about that, again, link in the description of today's show. Click that, put in your info, and you're well on your way. Ryan, thanks for answering this question. We'll talk to you next time.
See you.
We'll see you next time on The Pilot's Advisor.
This episode is for educational purposes only and is not individualized investment advice. The Pilot's Advisor LLC is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal.